here's a really important question. What should you charge for your very first product that you're putting out there? Now, what I'm talking when I talk products, I'm not talking about an e-commerce product or something like that. I'm talking about a training program, like a training course, coaching, something like that. Okay. All right. So here's the problem. Those of you who are asking this question are saying things like, hey, nobody knows me yet. I don't have any testimonials for this product. I haven't even created this thing yet. I've got a really small email list, so there's very little chance I'm getting a whole lot of people to buy it. Hey, and I don't even know if I'm going to be any good at this in the first place. And so you look at it and you say, tell you what, I'm just going to take all the risk off the table. I'm going to make it really, really appealing to people. So I'm just going to charge $97 or $47 or something like that. Well, I got to tell you, I think that decision in 95% of all cases is a mistake. Let me tell you why. You're doing it to get into the market. But unfortunately, that's usually a mistake, because what ends up happening is anytime you start with a low dollar training course in the marketplace, what you end up doing, and let's define that. When I say low dollar, I'm talking about something less than $500. Whenever you do that, you create several problems that are strategically going to be issues for you for years, sometimes for the rest of your career. Let me take you through those problems. Number one, selling a low-end product as your first product out of the gate doesn't position you as the expert that you need to be able to build that huge market. What it does is that low price puts you down there with all the low-priced rabble, everyone else who's doing courses. And what it does is the experts don't price down here. The experts price up here. And so what it does is it sets you up with everybody thinking, oh, this person's not an expert because they're down here. The real experts are up here. Now, they may buy down here, but they're wanting to be up here with the real experts. Number two, it's really difficult to make money at low price points. So the little things like you can't afford to advertise, you can't afford to build a team, you can't afford to create amazing launches, you can't afford to build amazing web pages, you can't afford to be able to periodically do a special offer on it. There's so many things you can't afford because you're pricing really low. And that not being able to afford is probably going to put you out of business before you're comfortable enough to be able to charge $2,000 for a product. Much better to just start out at that higher level and realize one $2,000 sell is 20 $97 sales. I don't think you're going to sell 20 just because you're priced at 97 that you wouldn't sell one at 2,000. Number three, really, very frankly, you can't afford at a $97 price point to give them enough to create transformation in their life. You can't create the kind of program. So to create real transformation in someone's life, you can't do that with an hour worth of video or an hour and a half. That's a typical $97 product. It takes more effort on your part. It takes more effort on their part. It just takes more stuff to be able to truly change somebody's life. You can't afford to do that for $97. Number four, and this is probably the number one that I'm most concerned about. It's once you've priced at $97, it's difficult to sell anything for higher prices later on. So a great analogy to this. I remember being in college and one of my professors said to me, Don, that first salary that you accept, that first job you accept out of college determines what you're going to make for the entire rest of your life, unless you do something huge like go back and get a different degree or change whatever. Because everyone says, how much did you make? Oh, I made 30,000. Okay, great. We'll pay you 33 to get you. As opposed to your first job is 80 or 90,000 or 70,000. Okay, that means your next job is going to be 77,000, not 33. That first job you get is going to determine your salary for the rest of your life. And the same thing happens with products. If you come out at a $97 product, people in that market, let's say you sell a bunch of them, then people will say, well, how's this new product any different that makes this worth $2,000 versus this one that I got great stuff here for $97? Why should I pay you $2,000? I'd rather go with an expert and pay them $2,000 and get that expertise. See how all this stuff combines? Once you've priced that initial product at 97, you are like struggling forever to be able to sell at the prices you need to sell to be able to make money and to be able to prove that you're an expert in the market. Let me give you my recommendation on where I think people ought to be pricing. So, number one, I suggest that people start with a mid-price offer. You say, what's a mid-price offer? Let me just tell you. Target $2,000. Target a product that you can sell for $2,000 that truly transforms, that truly changes people's lives. Then, once you've established that and you started selling that and you're selling a lot of them, then start going to a high-end product. So your second product is not a low-end product, it's a high-end product. So something that's $10,000 or more, that builds a community, that's got a mastermind effect in it, that builds this expertise of yours even higher as you do that. Only then, after you have that mid-range $2,000-ish product and then the $10,000 product, only then do you go to a low-priced product to penetrate the market. Because there's a whole bunch of people that will never buy at $2,000. That's okay. Don't go after them first. Go after them third. Number one, go for the mid-price market. Number two, go for the high-price market. Number three, penetrate the low-price market. You've got the reputation. You've got the testimonials. You've got everyone looking at it and say, hey, this person usually sells $2,000 and $10,000 products. Man, this $97 product is going to be a steal. I definitely am going to jump into that. That's how you penetrate the market wisely. That's how you are able to afford to be able to build a business, build a team, build amazing products, build amazing experiences for people. Now, I know that there are some of you out there right now who are saying, but Dom, this doesn't apply in my market. And yes, there are some some markets that are difficult to do that. Very frankly, you're probably not going to be able to compete in the weight loss market for $2,000. I think it's a bit of a travesty because Weight Watchers and all those other programs are going to charge you way more than $2,000 by the time you get through them. But for some reason, people in the Weight Watcher, in the weight loss business, are totally unwilling to pay $2,000 for a product. Okay, I understand that there are maybe a total of 5 markets in the entire world that you can't charge a mid-price price. Okay, let me say that differently. There's only 5 markets in the entire U.S. kind of market. Now, I realize that Argentina or Venezuela or something like that, maybe you can't price at those same prices. I'm talking, but let's just keep it for a U.S. kind of market. There's probably only 5 markets that you can't charge high dollars in. So now here's my question for you. Really important question. But Don, my market won't pay that much. Number one, I think you're wrong. But number two, why in the world would you not go out and choose a high price market to play in? Why go into a market that everybody's playing at 97 and 47 and maybe 197 as a high-end offer when there are almost all the other markets, you can charge $2,000 for the first product and do very well with it. Choose your market. Don't go into something that will never pay you. Don't go into something that won't pay, that insists that you have to sell 100,000 to be able to make any real money. Don't go into that market. Make more. Work less. Change the world. Yeah, that's what happens when you go for these higher priced products. And when you price your product where it really should be priced in the first place. Some of you totally disagree with what I just said. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about it. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.